So, good morning, all of you. So, yesterday we were discussing the position of NMR signal and in that the shielding and de-shielding effect of the protons. So, whatever when we discussed the when a molecule is kept in an ex- external magnetic field H0, the electrons are forced to move or around the protons. Electrons around the protons are forced to circulate, means they are already circulating but they are forced to circulate in a more speed, and due to circulation of electrons, secondary secondary induced magnetic field, that is rho h0, is produced is produced around the nucleus. So it is shown here that when this nucleus is kept in an external magnetic field, this nuclei is revolving around its own axis. It revolves around its own axis, and when it's revolving around its own axis, simultaneously the electrons are also circulating in this orbit. But due to the applied magnetic field, these electrons are also forced to circulate faster. And when they circulate faster, they create a secondary induced magnetic field which aligns either parallel to the applied magnetic field or anti-parallel to the applied magnetic field. And so this figure, this indicates this indicates the rho h0, that is secondary induced magnetic field, is in opposite is in opposite this is your rho h0, that is secondary induced magnetic field, which is in opposite to the applied magnetic field, is in opposite direction of applied magnetic field h0. And so this induced magnetic field protects, or which is called as shielded, protects or she is protected or is protects the nuclei. It protects the nuclei from external magnetic field, protects the nuclei from the external magnetic field. And this protection is called as diamagnetic shielding diamagnetic shielding. And so, yeah, this is one part. The next part, if the nuclei is not protected, if the nuclei is not protected by induced magnetic field, then the nuclei then the nuclei is called as de-shielded de-shielded nuclei. And so this degree of shielding and de-shielding degree of shielding and de-shielding depends upon depends upon depends upon the electron density around the proton. So In this way, we can just classify. Means here, if more the electron density around the proton, around the proton, more the electron density around the proton, more more is the more is the induced magnetic field, and thus more shielding, more shielding, more shielding, more shielding of proton from external magnetic field. And second thing, if so, here the shielded proton requires more shielded shielded protons needs more external magnetic field to produce H effective. Means to undergo resonance it needs more energy, and so the signal for the proton for the proton for the proton in spectrum for the proton in spectrum is shifted to high field to higher field or upfield, higher field or upfield. So we are going to discuss this higher field or upfield. So if the electron density around the proton is more, it will produce more induced magnetic field, and so needs it's the more shielded proton. It needs more H external magnetic field to create H effective, and so the absorb means it needs, in short we can say it needs more energy to undergo resonance, and so the absorption shifts to higher values in the spectrum or to the upfield in the spectrum. So in the next part, that is the second, that is the de-shielded protons, de-shielded de-shielded protons requires less external magnetic field to produce H effective, and position of signal position of signal position of signal shifts to lower value lower value or downfield, lower value or downfield. That is, it absorbs or it acquires at the peak signal appears at a downfield or to a low field or to a low value. So in short, we can have a spectrum, a study of spectrum. So the spectrum of your NMR is in this way. So the value starts with your 0 del parts per million from the right hand side, and the value goes on decreasing towards right to left. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, and here 10. So at 0, there you are getting a sharp signal of one tall signal for TMS that we are going to discuss is further. Means it is a reference compound or it's a standard which absorbs at a very high value or upfield, and with respect to this, rest of the protons are showing you the absorption. And so the this is the magnetic field, that is the H0 applied, and so this is the intensity of absorption across the y-axis, and this is your x-axis. The magnetic field is varied from minimum to maximum, and so here This is your upfield, upfield, or it is also termed as your high field, means smaller values, and here it's your low field, or it's also called as your downfield. So when the protons are more shielded, the value shifts towards high field. Means here in this direction, so in the upfield, shielding, shielding is more. Shielding is, so shielding increases the value or shifts the value to the upfield, and deshielding, deshielding shifts the absorption values to the low field. Deshielding means the protons are not protected and so needs less energy, and absorption shifts towards the low field. And so in short we can say, in short we can say that the shielded protons shifts absorption, shifts absorption to upfield or high field, and deshielded protons, deshielded protons shifts absorption to low field, or it's also called as downfield. And so now we have seen the different types of molecules, and we have seen that how many NMR signals are possible. So when the same magnetically same equivalent protons will show the absorption in and give you one signal. But here we want to decide whether this protons will absorb to a low field or high field. Means it will show need high energy or low energy, whether the proton is shielded or deshielded. And so here when we are discussing this, that the protons, so we will just classify the protons attached to the electronegative electronegative atom and unsaturated unsaturated carbon atom, unsaturated carbon atom are deshielded. Means what is the main factor that we want to consider? Means suppose this proton OH, here the proton is attached, or this is the magnetic nuclei which we are supposed to consider. And so when it is attached to an electronegative atom like oxygen, what happens? Oxygen is more electronegative, and that's why attracts the electron density of this covalent bond towards oxygen itself. And so this proton is deshielded. This proton is deshielded because the electron density around the proton is less. In the same way, when the proton is attached to a unsaturated system, when it is attached to a unsaturated system, here sp2 hybridized carbon atom, and sp2 hybridized carbon atom is more electronegative, and so this also attracts the electron density, and this proton is deshielded. Again we can have an example that if it is trichloro, means chloroform, in chloroform the proton, only one proton is there, but here three chlorine atoms are there. These three chlorine atoms, so this structure we can draw it in this way: Cl, C, Cl, Cl, H. Here these are electron withdrawing groups, and so they attract the electron density towards itself, and so this effect is transferred here, that is the minus I effect. And so this proton is having less electron density because this two electrons, out of these two electrons, all the electrons are attracted towards this carbon, and so this is deshielded proton. This is deshielded proton. And so according to our studies, whatever we have seen, that these deshielded protons will show the absorption to the low field or the downfield. So in this way, when the protons are attached to the different systems, you will get the shielding or de-shielding effect. And the another way, the protons when attached to a carbon saturated carbon shifts absorption to upfield and are shielded protons. So here we can say that this proton attached to the CH3 group, these are shielded. Then a suppose here there is CH3 H. So this is having a positive inductive effect. This is having a positive inductive effect, and so the protons are getting shielded. Means more the electron density is more towards these protons, and so these protons are shielded protons. And so when you take any molecule for the studies, the location of the proton in a molecule can be considered. So how we can consider? So now we will come across an example of the molecule that we have studied in the previous lectures, that is ethanol. Suppose here CH3 CH2 OH. Now see, if we are going to classify this protons attached to the oxygen, so this proton is attached to the directly to the oxygen, and oxygen is electronegative and so strongly attracts the electron density, and due to this electronegativity it exerts a minus I effect. And so this proton, that is the proton attached to oxygen, proton attached to oxygen is de-shielded. Then in this way, this effect is stronger here on the other side to this carbon. The electron density is attracted towards this oxygen, and so these protons are having the electron density more than this proton attached to the oxygen, because here this will show the absorption towards the downfield than upfield than the OH protons. Upfield to the OH protons means here the electron density will be there along with the proton, but it will be more than this proton attached to hydrogen and less than. So here again the electron density, this inductive effect decreases. So here this will also exert a minus I effect. Here minus I effect is there, here again minus I effect is there, but this minus I effect is less than CH2 protons. So here we are having the CH2 protons are de-shielded than CH3 protons de-shielded than CH3 protons and shielded than OH proton. So the CH3 protons are shielded than CH2 protons and so in a spectrum, if you want to show the positions with respect to the TMS, all will show the absorption to the downfield, but which is more shielded? CH3 is more shielded. So CH3 is more shielded and will show the absorption at upfield. This is upfield. Then it is more shielded than CH2 protons. So here you will get this signal of CH2 protons, and the OH is attached to an electronegative atom, and so it is more deshielded. It is more deshielded, and so here you will get the signal of OH protons. And so here this is your 0 to 10, this is upfilled and this is downfilled. So keep in your mind, the deshielded proton shows the absorption to the downfield, and the shielded proton shows the absorption to the upfield. Means the signal will shift towards the upfield, and the proton attached to the electronegative atom are deshielded and shows the absorption to the downfield. So this is the shielding, deshielding effect increases towards left and shielding effect increases towards right. So in this way, the minus I effect or the different types of factors, that is the resonance effect, then the minus plus I or minus I effect, electron donating and inductive effect affects the absorption frequencies of the absorptions of the different kinds of protons in a molecule. And so in this way we are coming to a conclusion that the shielded and deshielded, we can just recognize the protons whether they are shielded or deshielded depending upon their attachment to the different types of hetero atoms. Thank you very much. We will continue in the next lecture.